This will be the only Debloat video that you need. I know you've probably watched 1,000 Debloat videos at this point because they're everywhere. And I understand that. Honestly, I commend you. A lot of people would shit on people who just watch a whole bunch of videos. Oh, you're so obsessed with debloating and stuff. You've taken the first step. You know that being lean and being attractive and being aesthetic and being sexy is important. Most people don't, and most people are NPCs. They act like looks don't matter. So I'm not going to get on you for that. But I want you to know how to properly debloat. You want to have a lean face. You want to have lean abs, right? You want to be chiseled. You don't want to be looking like your cortisol maxing. Let's get to it. The first thing that you're going to need to properly debloat is lose body fat. Don't click off the video. I know you're like, I didn't come in for that, but you need to hear this because 80% of debloating is just getting lean. Just getting lean. If you're a man, get to 12% body fat, the range of 12% body fat. I'm not talking about dexes and in bodies and goofy shit. I'm talking about to where you genuinely look like you're 12% body fat. You have pretty much a full six pack, veins everywhere, jawline coming in. You're not super chiseled, but you're also not only lean under down lighting. Like you're lean. That's 12% body fat. Women, 22% body fat, right? Add 10%. That's going to be 80% of debloating, getting that body fat off. The body fat is a film. When the body fat's on you, you're not going to see your facial structure. You're not going to see your muscles. You're not going to see the abs. You're not going to be aesthetic. You're not going to look good, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You got to get body fat off. Even if you quote on, because they're going to be dudes in the comment, women in the comments or whatever. Yeah, but I'm 17% body fat and I have this and I have that. You would look better if you lost another 5%. Nobody's going to look their best above 12% body fat or above 22% body fat for women. Everybody would have, or women 23, 24, because women have different body fat distributions, but men for sure 12%. 12%. Right? That's going to be 80%. Now, the other 20%, we're going to talk about hydration. This is very simple, guys. Hydration. A lot of you guys still don't understand that hydration is more than just water. Water intake alone is not hydration. There's more to hydration than just water intake. You do want your water intake high, and you want to keep your water intake high. You want to slowly increase your water intake, right? You don't want to make drastic measures. Slowly increase your water intake over time to where you're drinking a considerable amount of water, at least a gallon. Everybody should be drinking a gallon of water a day. I don't care how active you are. If you're extremely active, up to 2 gallons. 1 to 2 gallons a day for every single human being on this earth. 1 to 2 gallons a day. 1 gallon being the lower end, 2 gallons being the higher end. I drink 2 gallons of water a day. On my lighter days where I just do calisthenics and I don't train, I'm closer to 200 to 232 ounces, which is over a gallon and a half, going into a gallon and like 3/4, right? But on days where I'm in the gym and I do my calisthenics, because I live a very active lifestyle, 264 ounces, non-negotiable, 2 gallons, right? Track it every single day. Next thing you want to do is get your electrolytes on point. Now, a lot of people will say that you want to keep sodium as low and potassium as high as possible. That is false. Your body needs sodium. Your body needs sodium. Sodium, potassium, they work together, right? They're a team. Your sodium is too high, your potassium is too low, you will hold water. Your potassium's too high, your sodium's too low, you will also hold water. I made the mistake when I first got into this is trying to keep my potassium high as shit and no sodium. And I was holding way more water than I should have been, right? Sodium and potassium have to be in tangent. Me personally, I believe the best ratio is 2 to 1. You want 2 potassium to 1 sodium. A great measure that is very achievable for everybody. 3,500 milligrams of potassium, which would put you at about 1750 of sodium. I believe that's half of 35. That is half of 3,500. 1750, right? Great measures, right? I'm cutting right now, so my numbers are a little not where I would like them to be, but I believe right now I'm at 3,800 potassium from food and like from food from sodium like 600, right? That's another thing I'll say real quick. If you eat whole foods, it's going to be hard to get sodium in because we're not eating processed foods, highly salted food, packaged foods. You're going to have to salt your shit, bro. You're going to have to do it on every meal, because potatoes, ground turkey, chicken thighs, cream of rice, oats. I eat healthy, right? So I don't have a whole bunch of sodium on my stuff. I log my meals. I'm in the cut right now, but even when I'm eating maintenance, I log my meals. I'd be at like 4,500 potassium, 600 sodium. Like that's not good. So I have to salt every single meal, right? You want your sodium and your potassium to be the 2-to-1 for the most part, right? Now, the best thing that you're gonna do to make sure that you keep your same look. Oh, I'm waking up bloated one day and I'm doing this the other day. Keep it the same. Eat the same foods. If you and this is only for people who are serious. You guys are gonna be like, oh, that's too extreme. If you, I'm here to help people who truly want to look their best. If you really want to look your best, you're gonna do what it takes. I'm not saying we're doing crazy stuff like bone smashing or taking. I don't take like GHKCU or whatever that thing's called, or peptides and stuff. I'm talking about just strictly natural stuff, but you still want to look your best, right? You want to keep your potassium and your sodium as consistent as possible. When things get thrown out of whack, when you have a day where you drink alcohol, or you have a day where you eat out with a healthy meal, but it's salted to high hell, or you have a day where you do this or you do that, or you a day where you binge eat a whole bunch of junk food, you will see the repercussions of that the next day. You have a day where you don't drink any water, you will see the repercussions of that the next day. You will. Randall, is not that serious. It is that serious. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to play with you guys, bro. It is that serious. I want to look my best every single day. I don't want to have a single day on earth where I don't look my best and it's because of me. Like if some bullshit happens that I don't have control over, well, I don't have control over it. But I'm not gonna self-sabotage myself to not be the best version of myself every single day, bro. And this shit gets deep. You don't know who you're gonna run into, bro. It be days where I be, because I'm still in the town I went to college in. It be days I run into chicks I used to talk to like 2-3 years ago in the gym, at the local gym. I might be walking downstairs in my apartment. I might run into a chick that I used to talk to 2-3 years ago. I don't want her to see me bloated as hell. I want her to see that, like, it's like, I want her to see, like, man, like, I bossed up. Like, I look even better than I did a few years ago. Now, if I fucked up my electrolytes and my water the day before and I'm not at my best, she gonna be thinking, damn, this Randall fell off. Nah, like, every day I need to be sharp. This is just me, though. I'm extreme. Some of you guys aren't extreme, and that's why you look like shit. I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I'm extreme. I know that I could go to Winco one day and see some old work from like 6 months ago, 2 years ago, and stuff. And in their mind, when they see me, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, he's on his shit." Even if it's not old work, even if it's something new, or even if it's a dude and pause, but even if it's a dude and he might be fucking with my clothing. I have my own clothing line. He might see me. If I'm not looking good in the clothing, then that might not be a good sale. But if I'm looking good, he might ask me where I got that from. Or I might be in the gym. I do personal training online and in person. Somebody might see me. If I fucked up, I overate, or I ate some bullshit the night before, they see me, I don't stand out. But if I'm on point, they see me, they might inquire about some coaching. Like you have to take this shit serious, guys. Every day counts. A little bit of tangent, but every day counts, right? So now we have our potassium and our sodium on point. We understand the importance of keeping that consistent. The same thing goes with carbs. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are important. They hydrate the body, they hydrate the muscles. You want to eat carbs, right? I'm not anti-carbs, but another thing about carbs is you want to keep them consistent. Water break real quick. Your carbs you want to keep consistent too. A lot of you look smashers, a lot of you debloat motherfuckers, you guys are on low carbs right now. Eat more carbs. Eat more carbs. Now, just like the water, you don't shoot your carbs up 300 grams. You slowly, gradually increase your carb intake. While you're increasing your carb intake, you make sure that you increase your sodium intake so that those carbs go into the muscle and not under the skin. When the carbs don't get into the muscle, they don't get into the biceps, the legs, the chest, the delts. They stay under the skin. That's when you get the puffy face. That's when you get the bloated lower midsection. So you want to make sure that the carbs, the hydration is going into the muscle, right? You have your potassium, you have your sodium, but you also have your magnesium, you have your manganese, and you have your calcium, right? Those take magnesium supplements, calcium. You could take a multivitamin that would have like calcium and stuff like that. Just take that, right? Because not all foods are going to have everything, and you might be deficient in some things. But sodium and potassium are the big two, and that's literally the whole guide, guys. That's literally the whole guide. Get lean. That's going to take 80% of it. 80% of it is just getting lean, and really get lean. Like really get lean, right? Then make sure your sodium and potassium is on point, and keep that as consistent as humanly possible. Get your water up and make sure that's as consistent as humanly possible. Make sure that your other three electrolytes are where they need to be, and make sure that's consistent as humanly possible. Make sure that you're eating your carbs, but if you're on low carbs, gradually increase it up, right? Gradually increase it up. You increase water and carbs and fiber and sodium and potassium, everything super quick, you're going to be looking distorted. You want to teach your body. The body is an adaptive mechanism. So you give your body something to adapt to, it will adapt, right? On my maintenance, I'm like, when I go back to maintenance, I'm going to be eating close to about 500 grams of carbs a day. And I will still have a chiseled face because I'll be single digit body fat. My electrolytes will be on point. My water will be on point. So it's not carbs make you bloated. It's not that, guys. And that's it. All right. You guys have any questions? Drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, drop it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram at Randall Branch. I post stories and reels every single day. All right. DM me if you have any video requests on Instagram as well. If you need a custom training program, you need a custom nutrition program, or if you want to work with me for 24 weeks, 6 months to get your mind and your body right, check the Work With Me link. If you want to book a consultation about mindset, fitness, relationships, dating, looks maxing, anything self-development related, also check the Work With Me link. You want to get on body game, and again, body game is using your physique to actually leverage all areas of life, not just go to the gym, not just be healthy, but actually get on body game, be able to leverage your physique in real world scenarios. Check the Work With Me link. Check the description. I have my ebook / program where I detail what my definition of my philosophy around body game is, and I also give you a program, right? That will be in the description. But if you want a custom program, then check the Work With Me link, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is how to properly debloat, full debloat guide. You will never need another debloat video other than this. This is everything that you need, okay? I'll see you guys later. Peace.